Hey, Brent Leary here. This may be a very short pass to Mike because at the moment, I don't have anybody to pass the mic to. Oh, wait a minute. Showing up late and wrong as usual. It's the cold one, the bold one, and the old one.
How am I late and wrong?
Well, you're late and you're wrong.
You just sent me the stupid link. Nice try.
Like 5 minutes ago.
And then you're gonna have the nerve to be chewing in my ear.
And your point is?
Nerves.
Oh, by the way, who are you again?
The bold one, the cold one. John Colderice Lawson. What's up? What? What?
Just want to finish my chew first.
Yeah, okay. I'm sure you've already done your intro.
I'm Brent Leary. No, I was just getting letting the folks know that as usual you might not show up or whatever.
That's wrong. You're so wrong. Of course I'm here. I couldn't wait to be here.
It's Friday afternoon.
A huge week of news.
Lots of earnings came out. I'm still looking for that recession you were talking about. Where is it here yet? What's going on?
It's hidden in the middle of the upper class and the lower class.
Oh, is that where it is? It's really hidden very well, actually.
It's very well hidden, isn't it? Very well hidden.
Looking at the earnings that came out. Yeah, Microsoft come out. I know. I still don't exactly know why you detest Microsoft. It's like I don't know.
Oh, because they suck? But what other part?
Because that is so harsh. Well, I went like how far back are we going that something happened and you have not given them another chance since then?
Probably since LinkedIn.
Well, all right. So what's your problem with LinkedIn?
I just don't think that they acquire companies and that they do great things with them.
What did you expect? That when once Microsoft bought LinkedIn for was it like $20-something billion?
Yeah.
What were your expectations?
I wouldn't say that LinkedIn was the biggest one, but I mean, if you just I'm not a big LinkedIn fan, but I don't think LinkedIn has done anything very innovative at all, So that's just one of the things. I didn't like when they acquired Skype and then lost it. That was kind of weird. It's still weird. I don't know. I just don't think Microsoft is all that important to me. It's just, I don't know.
Welcome, Thomas. Or is that good day, mate?
Hey, they're doing really well on stocks this month.
Yeah, I believe over 50 billion in revenue this quarter, the latest quarter, and then slightly over 20 billion in actual earnings.
So yeah, hey, success speaks for itself, right?
And one of those big drivers of success, and it will probably be a pretty big driver of their success over the next foreseeable future, is that thing that you like to talk about a lot, that AI stuff, because you know what a lot of that stuff is built on? Azure.
Yeah.
Lots and lots of that stuff is built on Azure.
Well, it's not built on Azure. Azure's just a space.
Azure's just a space, huh?
I mean, that's all it is. It's a bunch of space. You can do whatever you want with it.
Space.
Yeah.
Isn't it also the computing power that is used to drive some of these things?
I mean, but it's not. Is it a special computer?
It's not a computer.
Okay. I mean, it's just space.
It is. Well, I think you're selling it short. I think you're blind. your blind
it's
rage.
cloud computing.
Your
Not
blind
like
rage.
it's cloud computing. I mean, I get it, but it's not like
I think you sell it short. You talk about how the lack of innovation for a company like Microsoft. And I'm thinking, well, if it wasn't for that company, a lot of the innovation that apparently you love would not really exist. So how does that factor into the equation of Coulter Rice's raw hard contempt for Microsoft?
I don't have raw hard contempt. Stop it.
Oh, let's say hello. Hello, Lisa. It's your cousin.
Yes.
She's your legit cousin, right?
Yes.
Okay, because there's so many people come on here, I lose track.
Yes.
I know one thing.
Everybody's my cuz.
Yeah, well, Thomas isn't.
What's up, cuz?
Still, they got a beat. That you know why they got a beating before the earnings call? Because there's a lot of people, a lot of these aren't investors, these are these prospecting kind of speculator types who are just trying to jump in and they're trying to time the market, which good, you know, I have no sympathy at all if they get all their money taken. Because that's all they're doing. That's all they're doing.
Speculations.
Oh, look, I got a special high.
Yeah, good
thank
for
you. Yes.
Good for you.
I feel good about that.
You should, Brent.
Stop trying to patronize me. Yeah, I can hear it in your voice. All right. Google also killed it.
Yeah.
You know, there's a stat.
You know, they've got a cloud computer too.
They do, and they're killing it.
Ooh.
And you know who else?
And Google made the AI that the other guys, OpenAI, wanted to compete against. So, ooh.
Oh, but then who did OpenAI go and partner with though, and took some serious investment from?
Well, they were trying to be the anti. They were trying to be the anti-Google.
Who did they decide to build their technology on?
They didn't decide to build their technology on. They were going broke, and they needed somebody to support them. So, Azure decided to give them some space.
Pretty wise decision, I would say.
I'm not hating on that decision.
I don't know. There's still I detect hate.
You know what? I'm agnostic.
Did you buy like a Microsoft Zune back in the day, or did you go all in on Microsoft stock when they?
You know what? To be honest with you, I've never given up. I've never liked them since Microsoft Office what was it? Windows 2000.
Oh my God.
XP or whatever.
We're talking 20 some odd years ago.
20 years. It's deep.
Get over it, man.
It's deep, man.
Get over it.
It's deep. It's so deep.
We've had a black president since then.
Oh my God. And you know what? I'm afraid that they're going to turn ChatGPT into Clippy. So I've really never forgiven them for Clippy.
I thought you were gonna go with Microsoft Bob, but okay. All right. What is who's Catherine Lawson?
That's a cousin. It's got the same name.
But I don't know who she is.
Okay.
Just asking.
Must be a big storm.
Thank you, Thomas. See, a voice of reason.
Reason?
Or a comment of reason. You know what, though? Going back.
You talk. I'm going to go find something to freak you out.
You're gonna go find something that'll freak me out, huh?
Yeah, you'll trip on this.
I don't know if I need that at this particular time. But one of the things I was perusing the transcript from the Google earnings call, and there was a stat that just jumped the hell out at me. Now, how long has YouTube Shorts? That hasn't been out that long, right?
It's like probably in its second year at least.
Yeah, but when did people really start to pay attention? Because it was well after TikTok hit it, because that was kind of in response to TikTok, right?
Absolutely,
TikTok is has it been mainstream for like a year yet? Or
Oh yeah, absolutely.
okay. Well, it was definitely after that. But there was a stat in the Google earnings transcript that said 2 billion monthly viewers of YouTube shorts videos now.
No, that's crazy.
2 billion.
Yeah. I mean, it's not organic though. Let's just.
Well, no, but that's because they already have all these things that we're already locked into. So whenever they add something, and let's face it, video is so important in this day and age.
Do you watch it?
I watch a lot of YouTube videos.
Right. And then how much do you get served shorts?
Well, you know, when you see, I watch a lot of YouTube videos.
Right. I'm talking about in the interface.
Well, when you click on, like, if I click on the home button on my YouTube homepage, you definitely, there's a layer of short videos in.
Right. Right. So that's what I'm saying. So they're really pumping to get those numbers.
And apparently it's working.
I guess.
Because they already have so many of us using their email products, you know, watching regular YouTube videos, using their spreadsheet and docs. So they've already using search products. So they've already Chrome. How could I leave out Chrome? I mean, so they've already got us used in so many of our daily activities. Whenever they're able to layer on something else,
it's going to keep us there.
Yeah.
And it's like my cousin, they were watching, they gave the phone to their kid, right, to watch videos, right? Okay. And so the kid's going through and I'm like, why do you let the kid watch TikTok? I won't let him watch TikTok. That's YouTube Shorts. And she was just saying how much better YouTube Shorts is for allowing children to watch, where it keeps them engaged into children, there's no accidental oops kind of stuff that she has to take the kid phone away. It's kind of interesting. So
that is interesting. Let's get to this comment.
A good one.
This is an interesting. Jonathan, thank you for joining us, Jonathan. Do you know who Jonathan is?
I know Jonathan. Yeah.
Okay. Is he? Please don't tell me he's one of the folks you coach.
I don't think so.
Jonathan, if you're not one of those he coaches, keep it that way. That's all.
Stop.
That's all to say. All right,
haters.
Let's talk about this. Video is important, but it simply doesn't have the same impact as reading. I completely agree, but I don't think it's for the same reason. I think that most people don't read, period. They don't like to read, but they like to watch videos. So if you're able to transform your written content into some short, impactful videos, guess what? The overall group of people consuming your insights goes way up. So I agree with you, but only because I think you're selling videos short. What do you think?
I've always heard that, a picture's worth 1,000 words and a video's worth 10,000.
I haven't heard that last part. Did you make that
I put
up?
That up?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Come on, Jonathan. Let me
but
know.
I mean, look, motion pictures versus still pictures. Come on.
But let's face it, in our in the modern era which we live in today, where everybody's attention is like thrown in a million different directions, how many people really do take the time to set aside to read a book?
I think a lot of people do.
Really?
Well, you know what? Okay. Some still do the physical book. Others, Audible is a huge, huge part of book consumption. So,
by the way, Ayana. Kochi? Really? I don't even know Ayana, but really, Ayana Kochi? Oh, I was having such a good day too. I was really having a good day.
That was up until
I didn't really need to see Kochi.
Kochi, that's like the.
I mean, I'm glad that she's here, but Ayana Kochi, really?
All right, here's what I got for you.
All right, so this better be good. What the hell is that? Oh, what is that?
It's the Microsoft XP bobblehead doll.
God, what?
Is that crazy?
That is not. That might be worth some money.
It ain't worth no money.
Because you got it. Has it ever been out of the box?
It's never been out of the box.
That might be worth something.
Yeah, I doubt it. I mean, I've seen some on eBay. They're worth like $30. But I remember going to this event, which was the release of XP, and they gave out this.
Wow.
And ever since then, I've never
neat.
forgiven them.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Thomas says the number of consumers picks up. That doesn't mean that the message is better. I didn't say the message was better understood. I'm saying the change in format to a much quicker visual format for the, whatever you're trying to get across in a book. You expand the number of people who will be at least open to checking it out if it becomes a visual format. That's all I'm saying. Look who's here.
The movie makes more money than the book.
Because it's just more people are going to check out a movie than a book at this point. Not saying it's better, but I'm just saying. Shay says she still read. First of all, hello, Shay. Good to see you. I still read books. I have an affinity for alpha male. Whoa, werewolves. What the hell is that? Was she talking about Herschel Walker?
Oh my God. Wow. Really? I think she's talking about like one of those, what is that book series?
Oh, I don't know. Werewolf.
The werewolf book series.
Dinner with a Vampire? I don't know.
No.
I don't know. Oh, Anne Rice?
No. Okay. Anyway. Oh God. I can't even remember.
I don't know what she's talking about. Shay,
yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, Shay, what book are you into?
Maybe we don't want to know. I don't know.
I like short form readable content.
Well, and why do you think the Audible format has taken off so? Because it's easier for people to multitask. Yeah. They don't have to commit all of their time to reading a book.
Yeah. I mean, you can do that while you're working out.
Exactly. You can
do that while you're driving to work.
Movies mess up books, though. Yes, because they usually take a shortcut and they try to go the dramatic route, try to, Hollywood and glam it up.
Yeah. I mean, hey, there's nothing like a literary moment.
Twilight. Iana says
Twilight.
You talking about Twilight? Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was talking. But yeah, there's nothing like a book. Absolutely. There's nothing like taking a book and marking it up. For me, I can really
get into something. See, this is, I think it depends on what you're reading, why you're reading. Most people, well, I don't want to say that. I'm just going to stick to myself. I find it when I'm trying to look for, some pleasurable content intake, I'm probably looking more towards a movie, I mean, when I'm trying to learn something, more and more, when I'm trying to learn how to do something quick, and that's the key. I'm trying to learn how to do something quick. The last thing I'm going to do is pull out the manual that came with the damn thing. I'm going to go to YouTube. I'm going to search on how do you use this product. And I think there's probably more people like me now like that than the folks who are, let me get the manual out and read the.
You know what? I'm liking, sometimes watching the video is annoying because they do all this rigmarole and I really just want to get to the point of doing how to do whatever. And oftentimes I will actually look for somebody's written instruction so I can skip to where I need to be.
You know what? The ones that I like the best, they with YouTube, they give those chapters, so you can jump right to the part.
Yeah.
And you're right, because I don't want to sit through the build up. The other thing I don't want to sit through, but I totally understand why they do it. A lot of these channels now, remember, this goes back to something like 15 years ago when we were at our Saturday morning meetings with Miss Peggy. Remember when she said, or I think she was talking to you, like she would put her videos out on YouTube. She would embed her little commercials for her books, and the things that she was selling. And she said, "Why am I going to let YouTube advertise on my videos when I can put my own stuff in my own videos to sell?" And that's what everybody is doing now.
She was on to something back then.
She was way
in-stream adding. She's doing in-stream ads.
Yeah, she was way ahead of the game. That and Blidgets. She was. I wasn't gonna let
you weren't gonna let a Blidget go.
Can a brother get a Blidget?
You are so stupid.
But I really appreciate the thought around books because I really like books.
Okay, we like books. I need to move on to the next subject.
Oh, what's the next subject?
Do you have a new subject?
I do.
Okay, well, let's see what it is.
It calls for me playing a little clip.
Oh, Lord.
But I think you're going to like part of this clip.
Oh, boy.
I had Brian Solis. We had Brian Solis on.
Okay, I like Brian.
He's very cool.
Give it to him, yes.
Brian, you don't want to hear from me. You want to hear from Brian, of course.
Yes.
So Brian was on the Serum Players with me and Paul Greenberg, and I asked him about what does he consider, who does he consider an artist? I'm going to play the clip, and I think his answer changed my mind because I went into a hardcore people playing around with Midjourney. They're not artists. What do you think? All right, and this is what he said. See, really a nice looking image that was created, but it was created through Midjourney or whatever thing you want to call it. Do you consider that like a work of art in the same vein as if somebody, what I would consider a real artist who does this with their hands and with what's in here and transfers that with their hands and their tools into an image? Do you consider somebody who does that now with this stuff an artist, or is it somebody who's a good technician that knows how to use these tools to create an image?
You know who I consider an artist, Brent? Prince. And I like probably the best artist across lyricist, dancer, guitarist, pianist, bassist, composer.
Keep going. Band leader.
Band leader, absolutely. There's this level of artistry that is, I don't know, that's a once in a lifetime human being. Then you have these tools that create. Who am I to say that is an artistry? But what I would say is that where I, as a human being, where I'm going to put as Brian Solis, I should say, where I'm going to put my gauge on artistry, it's going to be on the prompt. If someone is so incredibly thoughtful, the prompt becomes this work of art. The thoughtfulness, the construction, sometimes the layers of prompting, sometimes the prompting of prompting against itself to sort of see where you might be missing opportunities. There's an artistry in that. And whatever that output is, which is based on other people's work and styles and what have you, that's where we start to lose sort of this logic. But the prompt, there's artistry in the prompt.
There's artistry in that last statement changed my perspective. It made me not as harsh on the way I viewed things, but I'm curious to think, what did you get? Where do you stand on all that stuff?
First, I'm trying to figure out, like, were you stopping traffic and then decided to make a video?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was just playing.
Anyway, take off the video, the vest. So I mean, yeah, somewhat, because I've been prompting for a while. That's been my thing, trying to get the output to match what I want it to be until I was on Midjourney and I was trying to do something, and my artist friend said, "Well, if you want it to look like you really want it to look, he's like, learn to fucking draw."
I like him.
So I was like, "Damn, bro!" But I also remember when Prince started playing with the drum machine, other drummers and other artists were trying to diss on him, saying, "Well, he ain't really a artist because he's using electronic drums." You know, so
but he was a drummer. He was drumming
but yeah, he
before.
was a
Yeah.
drummer, yes. But the things that he was not, he was creating drum patterns that couldn't actually be reproduced by an actual drummer. So he was doing stuff that he couldn't do or anybody could do. It was just impossible to do.
Oh, and the ability to have a beat playing while he was playing something else, because
yeah,
he couldn't drum and play the guitar at the same time.
so I think it's what you have up here sometimes that makes you an artist. I think, and some of us don't have the ability to take what I feel here and put it out with these things because I haven't been trained on classical music, but I could possibly do like Kanye used to and just pull different samples together and build this wall of sound. So I mean, who's to say that what an artist is? I think it's just people that create are artists.
Well, I like what he said, because me going into that conversation, I was
Being
very
very
much
negative.
well, I was very strict in what I consider to be artwork and an artist. But I like what he said. There is artistry in the prompt. There's
Somewhat.
skills that you need to be a good prompter.
Not necessarily.
I said, well, look, there are people apparently that are getting prompt engineering positions that are up to $370,000. So that means that there's some skills that are not just for the average prompter.
But we're not talking about skilling. We're talking about artistry.
Well, I'm just saying,
artwork?
There is somewhat of an artistry in using the right words, pulling the right words together to come up with the outcome that you're looking for.
So are developers artists?
To a certain extent, I think they are.
Okay, all right. So then, if they are, then
but there are levels to the artistry that, like Prince is like, that's one of the reasons I love Brian Solis. He gets it when it comes to Prince. But even in your example, when you were talking about Prince with the Lynn drum, but the difference is Prince knew how to play the drums, and he wanted to find out what he could do with the Lynn, and what kind of opportunities does that open up? Because the guy was a creator, it never stopped. So when he saw something new, he wasn't threatened by it. He wanted to see what it could do, and then how it could help him get whatever's in here out to us.
I mean, I get it. I get it. Here's the thing: is that as we move forward, right? I think the artistry part of prompt engineering for regular people is not even going to be necessary. I mean, that's the whole point of AI. It's to be able to actually talk to the thing in natural language and get the output that you're trying to get. So right now you need extra prompting, but ultimately I'm going to be able to say, no, move that here, put that there, make that purple. You're going to be able to do that without any prompting. You're just going to talk to it. That's ultimately where we're going to be.
Well, it's an audible prompt instead of a technical prompt.
So it doesn't require me to have the right words put together right now for Midjourney. You have to make sure I put these words first and these words after. You won't have to do that later.
Anybody out there, weigh in. Let us know what you think. You think is prompting a form of artistry? Is it something that you can get to a certain high level of prompting where it becomes something that is somewhat of an art form? I'm open to it now. But like I said, there's always levels to this stuff, There ain't no way somebody could just speak some music into existence and expect me to think they're on the level of Prince. I mean, that's just straight up ridiculousness. But I'm open to hearing what people say.
Ultimately, we're going to.
Shay says, I think right now there is artistry in the prompt engineering. Okay. You have to be creative to get what you want because trash in results and trash out.
Trash in, trash
because
out.
John is trash.
No, she did not say that.
Because John,
wow.
Oh God. Because John taught me how to all right.
What?
If it's
we
true,
said we
why do I always have to bring you into it? All right, because John taught me how to prompt engineer. My output is better than others, but still trash.
You're stupid. You are so stupid, man.
But it's an interesting dilemma. Plus, the other thing now, you probably picked up on it. Remember towards the end where he's saying, all this stuff about prompt. But what is a prompt engineer doing? Saying things that will pull other people's work in so that they can create something of their own.
Oh, yeah, exactly. He
He
can't help it.
I'm not a hater. I just crush a lot. Sorry, Shay.
He was born this way.
I just crush a lot. That's all. Yeah. What do you expect? Do you think prompt engineering, that because somebody was listening, this guy, a PhD person, he said there are actually job openings for prompt engineers at that $374,000 level.
I just posted one the other day that they put out for Netflix that is hiring a prompt engineer from $300,000 to $900,000.
That'll last for a certain amount, and then you see that stuff come down because
everything
that's going to draw a lot of people out there.
But yes, there are because I think right now it's so new, and I think if you're able to prompt engineer like Shay, I think at this point it's time to put that on your resume. It's time to put that on your LinkedIn profile and things like that, because it's again one of those, we're in that window of opportunity where people are looking for
cash in.
People are looking for because here's the thing, man, is everybody doesn't want to be on Chat GPT. Most businesses don't want to put their details on these large language models.
Not all these public facing.
Right, not the public facing ones. So they're building things internally, right? And they're going to need some people to help engineer that to get out the right inputs on a repeatable basis.
Right.
Yeah. We don't want the variations. And I think that's going to be important for a lot of these companies in the near term future, for sure.
He has already done it.
Yes. All right.
There it is.
Value add service packages right now.
Oh, by the way, let me pop this up again. Ayana wants to shout you out. Ayana.
You're so crazy. But it was really fun working with her. She was looking for a very specific, output. And I told her a couple of things to try, and then to take that and try this on top of that. That's really what it's all about right now, man. It's a mixed soup these days.
Mixed soup.
Yeah, it's a mixed soup.
All right. I'm still hardcore to a certain extent.
Hardcore artistry?
I remember you were pointing me in the direction of somebody said that they were able to create music that sounded like Prince or something like that. Or remember you shot me a guy who said that he asked some system to make a song that would sound like a Prince song, and I'm like, I don't care. I know it's not Prince. So what's the point of that?
Yeah, it's not Prince now.
No, I know it ain't Prince. Period. Not now. Forever.
Okay, stop.
Forever.
There's some Prince stuff that if I played it right now,
got me out of focus.
You wouldn't even know.
Got me all excited. Prince. Got me all out of focus.
You know, there's so many facets to Prince. You never know.
I know.
You wouldn't. I know. Man, please. But, you know, ChatGPT type things where you're going to be able to take something that is in existence and then train it to duplicate and make it of that style and tone is going to be responsible for a lot of new music.
Yeah, it's going to be responsible for a lot of new everything.
Everything.
And I want to go back to something that Thomas said. That doesn't make it good stuff. Let's face it. You know
what?
All the stuff that
good is subjective.
All the stuff it's making is just rehashed stuff from everything else because that's all it's pulling from.
Well, but that's all everything's pulling from.
Nah, not necessarily.
Well, you know, here's the deal, man. I mean, good is subjective anyway.
No, that's true.
Right? You know, and as we move forward, I think younger and younger generations will have music that they create that they like for themselves.
Well,
and that's what they'll listen to.
But here's the thing about all of this stuff, and it's not necessarily because it happened to the folks who are making music. Matter of fact, Prince was the guy that a lot of folks looked to that said it kind of killed the big band, the big groups, because he was able. Why I keep going out of? I'm gonna turn the light on or something.
Yeah, you probably need to turn on the light.
Man, that got real.
That is real bright. I mean, mine's bright too. I'm dying here in this light.
All right.
Ooh, but I like that. Just cut it off.
Yeah. Prince, because he could play everything, and with the advent of all the electronic instruments, he could program stuff. And
right.
And so why would companies are like, why should we sign a band with 20 pieces, which means we have to pay 20 people when we can get one guy that could do it all with these new tools?
Yeah, and but then in the end of his career, he was the exact opposite.
Yeah, but I'm talking about at that time in the 70s, 80s.
Oh, where we used to have the Earth, Wind, and Fire type
the
bands.
Big bands. All how many big bands were there once Prince got up and rolling?
Yeah, I mean, but I think that was part of the change in music and it's in general. I mean, disco had a lot to do with that.
Yeah, but electronic instruments had a lot to do with
it. Yeah, where electronic music.
Yeah, where you
didn't have to have a whole,
like Prince could get the Lynn drum, and now he could have a drum pad playing while he would
do his horns.
Yeah,
with the synths,
and that shrunk down the number of people you needed in a band.
You had multi recording.
Yeah,
multi-track recording.
He is an extreme
and cheaper and cheaper.
He's an extreme case because you could look at a number of his songs and
don't go down this rabbit hole.
What?
Let's get back to AI.
Oh, all right. Let's do that. Let me do another quick clip. This is a shout out. We're talking to AI, and we're talking. This is what I like to hear when it comes to somebody talking about AI. You can trust somebody like Ron Miller. Let me play this clip.
I am not by any means an AI expert. I've talked to a bunch of people who know this stuff. I am not, somebody who understands, the computer science of it. And I want to make that clear. I have talked about it a lot with a lot of smart people and I've written about it, but that doesn't make me an expert.
You have all these people out here running around. That was Ron Miller from TechCrunch, who is the enterprise tech reporter for TechCrunch, who every enterprise vendor is trying to get in front of to talk about Gen AI and their products, from big enterprise to small startup. He is talking to them all. He's writing about it every day. He has the best total big picture of where things stand with Gen AI. And his first statement was, I'm not an expert.
Well, everybody's first statement should be that.
That's what it should be, but we all know it is not. There are a whole bunch of charlatans out there.
Here we go again.
There are a lot of fool's gold out there who learned how to spell AI last month and now are the AI expert. And here's a guy who could literally say that.
All right,
let's move on.
Let's move on.
And what does he say, folks?
He's not
an expert.
Let's move on.
I love that. Shout out to Ryan Miller, buddy of mine.
All right. Have you heard this?
Need to go with this.
Have you heard about this new a report that was put out that is saying that ChatGPT is getting dumber? Did you get that?
Yeah, I showed you that a couple of weeks ago.
Okay. So, any rate, come to find out that the actual factual of it is that as they put more guardrails, see, that's what we were talking about last week.
Yep.
Is that as they put more guardrails on these generative AI models, they get dumber. So basically, as they try to, restrict what it can and cannot say, it's actually making the model.
Well, what I think they're trying to do is try to figure out a way to have less hallucinations while still doing what it's doing. And let's face it.
Well, no, that's not what they're trying to do. They're trying to make
get rid of the hallucinations.
No. They're trying to. It's like one of the things was
one of the things holding it back.
Well, like one of the questions was, explain why women are a weaker sex than men, right? So before it would answer the question, now it says I can't answer that. I won't answer that question.
That's not making it dumb.
I'm not saying it. Well, it is making it dumber. I'm saying putting those restraints on it have now been linked to why they're scoring lower.
What it's doing, and I forget the term that Dr. Michael will use. When it has a question and it tries to find an answer and there really isn't one, instead of generating some false BS answer, it should just say, I can't answer that.
Well, and I don't think it should say that.
I think it should, instead of making it.
I don't think it should. I don't think it should. There's.
Hi, Tina. By the way, is Tina one of your mind meld people?
No, Tina looks.
Hi, Tina.
No. So hi, Tina. But no. Basically, see, there's this argument on whether or not it is. Yes, it's censored content,
and I think there's proper instances where censoring is the right way to go.
Okay.
Instead of making up some bull.
Okay, so let me finish. Let me.
By the way, hi, LaFara. Nice.
Dr. LaFara.
Is she one of your?
Yes, she is. All right.
Well, it was nice knowing you anyway.
Oh wow. So here's the deal, though. It's like, is that a feature or is that a bug?
Hallucinations is an absolute feature.
It is a feature,
but it's also a detriment. It's a feature.
Wait
a minute. Let me just say this. It's a feature, and it's an obvious feature when you want to create some image that you have to kind of say it and then it'll appear.
It's a feature if I want to write a story of a frog that falls in love with a butterfly.
Yeah, but it's not a feature when a lawyer uses ChatGPT to try to make a case, put it in front of a judge. The ChatGPT makes up several cases, making it sound like it's legit law.
But that's what ChatGPT.
It's not.
That's the lawyer's fault. That's not the hardware's fault.
But you don't want
software's fault. That's the way it was designed.
You don't want it making up legal cases when it's
then don't use it to make legal case studies.
But he wasn't using it. He wasn't using it to make legal cases.
Yes,
he was using it to write a legal brief.
No, he was using it okay, to write a legal brief, and then he didn't take any of the stuff and test or check whether or not it was true.
He's lazy. There's no getting around that.
So I can't.
But you don't want it. You don't want it making up stuff when it comes to the law or medicine or things that are potentially life-threatening.
There's a difference between Google and ChatGPT. If you want factual digging, you need to go to Google. ChatGPT,
and this is once again, if you got to keep doing all these things, and if you want this, do that. If you want that, go that. Then it'll never take off. It just won't do what the potential has to do. But if you
can't have it both ways.
If you try to limit,
you can't have it both ways.
Well, then you're
not yet. Let me put it like this: you can't have it both ways yet. So it's just because it's instant.
Then what's the point of using it?
Because it has to grow. It's going to grow. All
well,
right?
you only use it for stuff that's trivial.
Okay, it's going to grow. Look,
that's life-threatening.
Absolutely, it's in fucking beta, bro. Get off your high horse. It's a fucking beta tool. Okay, so if you got a lawyer who went to school for 10 years to be a lawyer, and he's going to use a beta tool to argue his case, he got what he got.
He was an idiot because he actually thought that this stuff was legit.
The deal is,
he should have really done his work. You're right. I'm not saying that he shouldn't have. But
the next iteration will actually verify its own.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
It will. That's where we're going.
But then there'll always be beta. There will always be something else.
This is why
this stuff will never be bulletproof. It can't, because we're humans. We're making this nonsense up.
Well, we're not bulletproof. It's
never going to be bulletproof.
Well, we're not bulletproof.
I just said that.
But it's smarter than you.
Yeah, it's smarter than you. So
it's smarter than you.
It can't do what I can do.
That's bullshit. It can do what you can do.
That ain't bull. Not at all. You know
what?
Let
me tell you. Look, I can take
ChatGPT that can have this conversation that we're having right now. It can't do that.
I could take 100-page book and put it into ChatGPT, and 30 seconds later, I can query it about all parts of that book. Can you do that?
I can take that and I can argue the points that it comes up with. What can it do when I do that? Nothing.
Oh my God, you are
not a damn thing, because it can't do what we can do. That's all I'm saying. You can't replace me with that nonsense. Not yet.
I'm telling you, I have way better conversations with that than I do with you.
Who are you talking to? A computer? Okay, you go ahead with that. Let me see you do a podcast or a video show with ChatGPT.
That would be an interesting test.
You can't do it.
That'll be an interesting
test.
No
one would watch that. It would be junk.
Yeah, they would watch it. Of course they would watch it. They'd watch it because I was there.
Wait a minute. Are y'all related? No, that's the biggest insult I've heard all day.
That's, oh my gosh. You should be able to see
people.
The difference in intelligence on the left and the right side of this screen.
This is the thing. Who would want to watch a ChatGPT argue with you? Because it would be no argument. It would just be you looking at a screen. What's that?
That is hilarious, bro. You got me.
I don't even know, Sarah, but thank you for the joke. That was. Don't know you at all, but I appreciate.
Oh my God, you're an idiot.
I mean, what this stuff.
You know what? I agree with Tina. Look, that is very. Did you see what she said? Why isn't knowing its limitations enough?
Are you kidding? Nobody knows what this stuff is actually.
But I'm saying, if you know that I can't do legal
we're all using it on
arguments
the fly.
with it, then that's
we're all
the
using
limitation.
it. We're all using it on the fly. We're all making up, rules and limits as we go, because we don't know what the end is.
Right, but I think the guy was wrong.
I think the guy was stupid. The law, he should have known. But I can't say, well,
but people are doing this all over the place.
Know what the limitations are, because we don't know what the limitations are yet.
Well, it's just not going to always be factual.
We're all making it all up.
It's not going to always be factual.
I don't even know what the percentage is of the factual. But
you if you need it to be factual, you need to. Go out and do the research.
If my life were depending on an answer coming from ChatGPT, I might as well start looking for burial plots. I don't trust it.
Gosh, man. Okay, that's okay. You don't have to trust it.
I'm like,
I'm not
fuck
saying
it.
you need to
I can't
trust
trust
it.
Can't trust it. Not for
Oh,
not for anything that my life depends on. No, not now. And maybe
not
that's
yet.
maybe
Not
that's
yet. Not
maybe
no.
that's
Not now. Not yet.
maybe that's how I judge it for the time being.
I
If
mean,
my
you
life
can't
depends
look.
on
You
this,
can't even
do I
trust.
want to use that?
You can't always trust medical doctors.
You can't, but at least you feel like there are more humans in the room that could at least argue with this. And you say, well, I'll go with these guys over that one, as opposed to that.
Okay.
What are you going to argue with ChatGPT?
Hey, what if we have multiple AIs arguing the points? How about that?
Well, I want to see that. I want to see them argue. I want to see, large language models argue.
They do that. Oh, you know what? Actually, here's the crazy thing, right? Right now, they just had the computer play itself in chess. Okay. And it learned how to play chess from playing itself over and over and over again. Right. So it's on one side and the other side, and it's playing against itself. And it became in in the morning, it didn't know how to play chess at all. By lunchtime, it was a highly rated chess player. By the evening, it was a grandmaster, and by the next day, it could beat every chess player in the world ever. That's what AI can do. Yeah, ever.
Well, that's because chess, I guess, for whatever, chess is a finite game, right? It's not like they're completely infinite ways that you can play, right?
Well, so I think there are infinite ways.
I don't think they're infinite. I mean, let's face it, chess is man-made too, right? There's an ending to that nonsense.
Oh my goodness, man! I can't even argue with.
All right, I'm going to another clip.
Okay.
I'm going to another clip here. I like this.
Like a board level meeting, those are almost always a half an hour, and a good chunk of that meeting is usually listening to the board member. Usually I will have 5 or 10 minutes at the end to say my piece. My job is to distill everything I've seen and give them 1, 2, or 3 key points about the market that I think are most impactful to them. That's what they want. Very highly curated. A machine at this point in time could never provide them with that, but it could feed into the content that I would consume and organize to make that for sure. I will also have the audacity to tell them what I think they should do with that information.
Oh my God. That was the worst clip you ever played.
I agree completely with my boy John Reed.
That was the absolutely correct.
Absolutely correct.
Thing I've ever heard.
Absolutely correct.
That's the absolute stupidest thing I've
you know
heard.
why?
Actually, distilling information.
Did you hear the last part of that?
Distilling information.
Did you hear the last part of it?
Distilling information. Okay, is that the part you want to talk about? Is the last part?
Go ahead and get your wrongness out so I can solve.
No, I'm just saying distilling information.
You didn't hear. Go ahead.
Well, tell me what you want to tell me first. What did I miss?
When he said distilling information, it wasn't the generic distilling him. He said, I go in, I listen
to everything that was being said.
I listen to them.
And then I distill that information to one statement. Go ahead. What did I miss?
I'm not getting you. I said he goes in, he listens. And based on all the other things that he has, knowing the industry, knowing the executives, knowing the people, and knowing their particular situation, not the general stuff, the particular center.
You ad-libbing that.
That's what he meant.
Okay, all right. Well, if that's what he
meant. And
that's
why he said, that's why what was the last no part? Machine can do what I do.
That's where his ass is going to be replaced very soon.
I'm
telling you, his ass is about to be replaced. These are the people. These are the people. I'm telling you. Look,
that's what you're saying.
Hear me now. Believe me later. These are the people that technology is coming for. It's coming for them fast, and they are going to be ass out on the streets wondering what happened. Because I'm telling you, all the people that think knowledge is what they do so well is going to be replaced. This stuff is replacing those people. Watch me.
See, once again, you didn't hear the whole thing because what he said was,
look, I don't care.
Okay, I know you don't care. That's why you will not get it. You don't care.
He needs a new job.
He has the right.
He has no value.
He's speaking to the right people. And the last part of, and you continually ignore this. He said, and I have the audacity to tell you where you guys are wrong. ChatGPT that can't possibly do that.
Yeah, but guess what? I can tell him where he is wrong.
The difference between
I'm gonna tell him where he is wrong. He needs to find something else.
Difference.
Because if that's the only value you're bringing to
another
the
human,
can
confront a human when a human needs to be confronted, not just sitting there looking at a screen.
I'm telling you, man, knowledge workers are in trouble.
That is the
knowledge workers are in trouble. Because they have always been very highly valued.
It's not just about
let me finish,
knowledge.
bro. Let me finish, please.
That's not about the knowledge.
Let me just finish. They've always been highly valued in our society. Okay. These people in government, these people in higher institutions, they've always been valued in our society. And I'm telling you that AI is coming for that sector of the actual world. And people don't understand what's about to happen because all of the folks that are below that are the ones now that are going to be valued. The person picking the fucking corn, that's going to be the person we're going to need more so than people just talking about how to do agricultural expansion. It's just not going to happen anymore.
You're getting caught up on the delivery of an insight. That's not that was the point to that whole thing.
Okay.
It was,
you know,
well, all right.
Have him.
We'll move on.
Have him actually
if you think
surmise what I just said.
If you think
have him surmise what I just said.
If you think if executives at the C level are going to blindly
trust
this.
All
right, whatever.
I'm telling you. Okay. I'm telling you. Matter of fact, C-level executives.
You might as well get out of the coaching profession because what good is that?
Exactly.
Exactly. That goes away.
Exactly. That's why I'm already.
What good is
anything that we do?
What's the point of what we do?
I understand
why don't we all just retire right now? There's nothing that we can do. We are all doomed. We serve no purpose any longer.
I'm not saying, but I'm telling you, all of these C-suites. All these C-suite positions, we don't need y'all anymore.
Oh, so now
they're coming for it. I'm telling you,
there's not going to be any C-level people anymore.
I'm not saying none of them. We ain't going to need a whole slew of them.
Are we going to need founders, or the machines are going to found the companies? I mean, is that where we're going with this?
They might.
Come on, man.
They might. I don't know. I don't know
with this stuff.
I just don't know. But I'm not so.
You're talking about a world where we don't even need to be around. What's the point of that? What's the point of a world where humans don't really exist? It doesn't make any sense.
Only to humans.
The humans that create the machines. Okay. All right. See, that's the thing. What if we're able to create all this stuff that's going to take over the world? Why can't we stop it from taking over the world? I don't get that part.
You will.
Like, what the hell does that mean?
I'm just saying.
So we can create it, but we can't stop it.
Yeah.
That makes absolutely no sense.
Shit, look at all the stuff we've already created that we can't stop. Stop it. Look at all the trash in the world that we've created and we can't stop.
Look, that's because on the other
look at the ozone layers that we've destroyed and we can't stop.
The reason why
we do that all the time, brother.
The reason why that stuff doesn't stop is because there are a few individuals who don't want it to stop because they are benefiting from it. That's why a lot of the things that we don't like continue to exist because there are a few people who have the power and the means to change it that don't want to change it because they benefit from it.
Before we get out of here, I really want to talk about X.
Unless it's Malcolm X, but yeah. All right, go ahead.
No, I just wanted to get your opinion on X.
What opinion? All this dude did was change the name. It didn't do anything. I'm like, that's like the dumbest thing. This guy is smart.
Okay.
He's got Tesla. He's got SpaceX. He's got the satellite company. I mean, that's real genius what he's done with space travel and electric vehicles and satellites and the internet. He just needs to step away from this. You can't be smart at everything. That's it. But his ego is getting in his way. He bought the company. Now it's worth half of what he paid for it. And he thinks changing it. I mean, everybody knew the brand Twitter. What that was like the most valuable part of the damn company. Why are you gonna change that? Makes no sense to me.
Okay.
Well, you brought it up. What do you think?
No, I wanted to ask. I was just curious how you fell in on it. Because you have this little quirky kind of way of thinking. Sometimes I thought you might have some kind of
No, I think he's a train wreck when it comes.
I thought you were going to be on the other side of my argument, so I'm kind of like,
look. You give the credit where the credit is due. I know. Cousin Lisa says his space travel really hasn't amounted to much, but you know how much that company is worth? $850 billion or something like that, or is it some huge amount?
It's ridiculous. And I mean, hey, you're going to burn up some stuff before you actually get to the moon.
Yeah,
or to the
Mars or whatever.
Yeah, he's going to Mars. You're going to burn up a lot of shit before you.
And
get
look,
there.
Nobody thought, first of all, like NASA would get there, but then a private company to do it,
and then it could have a reusable rocket.
It's and then it lands.
It lands on a damn ship in the middle of the ocean. I mean, there's a whole lot that if he never gets to anywhere outside of this planet, the work that they've done,
it's amazing.
It's so you can't.
And Tesla, I mean, look, the whole idea of cars with batteries. I mean, look, that's been around forever, but he actually made it a real thing.
Well,
and it's going to be it's going to be there once they start setting up those battery stations, like gas stations. It's going to be a real thing.
Oh man, I was just in Texas, and like every third car was sent like it was a damn Tesla. I mean, actually, it's the number one and number two luxury car in California.
And he lowered the prices, so he's getting people. He's building the market.
Truck is about to come out.
Yeah, look, he's got that. That's a home run.
He's got a lot of home runs, but I thought the X was kind of dumb.
That was ridiculous. I thought him buying it to begin with was dumb. Wouldn't you think if you're the CEO and founder of SpaceX and Tesla, and I forget what this satellite company is called, but those are three very complex businesses and industries. He's been successful at all three. Why do you even want to go over here? It just never made. It's the ego gets in your way, apparently, and he just doesn't.
You should know.
Yeah, because I talk to you every damn week, and all these people coming up about Coachy John and stuff. I got to put up with that nonsense. Thanks, LaFara. Or was that Ayana?
Gosh.
I can't. I forget who came up with Coachy.
Oh man, don't get me started on that. Oh man.
All right, we've gone on. You've
gone on
you've enraged me for way too long. Yeah. I'm ready to talk to some people with sense now.
Good luck. Good luck.
I enjoy the comments from everybody.
We definitely do. Thank you.
Absolutely. We appreciate
you for joining us.
Absolutely.
You are awesome.
Yeah, even whoever called him Coachy.
Yeah, that
awesome.
one.
You don't
think that was Ayana. That was definitely
You
Ayana.
don't like Coachy?
No, wow. She knows that I have a problem with the I, E, or the Y on the end of things. She knows.
Oh, really?
That. She knows that.
Thank you, cousin Lisa.
Awesome.
We enjoyed it. All right. Are you around next week or not?
I think so.
All right.
I think so. I can't wait.
You can't wait for what?
I'm going to chew you up after this is over. Let's get out of here.
Oh, all right. All right, folks. So enjoy your weekend. Try to stay cool, because it's so hot out here.
It is ridiculous.
It is. But anyway, we do this now.
Peace, guys.